Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be doing chapter 10, verse 18. This is absolutely sweet. I mean, it's so sweet. It's Arjun is continuing to ask Bhagwan Shri Krishna, please tell me your opulences. They are like nectar to my ears. Again, I'm going into the translation without reading it first. So maybe we should sing it and then read the translation and then I can talk about it because I get so excited and I just want to get ahead of myself. Okay. But yeah, I'm warning you, sweetness overload. Okay, let's sing the verse together. Vistarenatmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuyah kathaya tripterhi shrinvato nasti me mritam. The translation is now, O Janardana, again please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satisfied, satiated in hearing about you, for the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words. Okay. So what they're saying, basically what he's saying is the more I hear about you, the more I want to hear. So I am never satiated by hearing about you. I just want to hear more and more and more. That is the sweetness. That is the sweetness I'm so desperately wanting to experience. The wanting to hear more and more and more about the Lord, because it gives so much joy, because the idea is that our natural being, our natural soul, the constitutional position, Prabhupada likes to say, the constitutional position that we have is the servant of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. He is the ultimate Purush, and we are all souls, men, women, whatever. We are the ultimate Prakriti. He's the ultimate masculine. Everybody else, all the other souls, every single living being, is the ultimate, like is the feminine for his enjoyment. So when we hear that is our position, we naturally have this unconditional love for him. It's just been covered. We're covered with 30 miles of coverings. We're covered because. Of all this, ego and whatever. There's a whole shastric detail about how much of what we're covered by, but all of this material energy has covered us, and so we can't see that. We can't, and Bhagwan Shri Krishna is covered by Yogmaya, and we're covered by Maya, so we have to uncover all that. Well, we don't have to uncover. We have to pray to Bhagwan Shri Krishna to help us uncover all of that and remove all of that. And when he chooses to, yeah. So, but the natural position is when we are hearing about the Lord and when we're loving the Lord unconditionally. We're just hearing about the Lord, and the greatest joy that we feel is when we're hearing about the Lord, and we just want to hear more and more, because Arjun is now there. He's like, okay, I've understood you as the Lord. He's had realized knowledge, not just intellectual knowledge. He's had realized knowledge until now, understanding him as the Lord. I mean, he was a devotee as well earlier, before the Gita was spoken as well, but now he's become even deeper, I suppose. So, or he had forgotten or whatever. There was a reason that he was put in that position where Bhagwan Shri Krishna could start this parampara with him. Like he had started this parampara with the sun god Manu earlier, and then it was lost. So he chose Arjun to start this parampara again. So either he was already a pure devotee before this, and then he forgot temporarily, so that Bhagwan Shri Krishna could use him as an instrument to speak to us about the Gita. Or, I mean, he was like, he went deeper with this understanding. But now he's there. I mean, now he's at a pure devotee level, and he's just like, I want to hear more and more and more. Please tell me more and more. I'm not satisfied. I'm not satiated. I just want to hear, because that is where we get to when we become pure devotees. That is, we just want to talk about Krishna all the time. We want to hear about Krishna all the time. It just gives us immense pleasure to talk about Krishna, and it gives us joy, like that ecstatic joy. Anandambudhi Vardhanam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in his Shikshashtakam, the only thing he wrote, 8 verses. The first verse itself, third line, he says, Anandambudhi Vardhanam, ever expanding ocean of bliss. That's what we start to feel when we're chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, or when we're hearing about the Lord, or when we're serving the Lord. We just feel this ecstatic joy. You hear of all these stories of people who feel this ecstatic joy. I'm just like so desperate. Okay. to feel that. I mean, yeah, so one can never be satiated even though one continuously hears about the transcendental pastimes of Krishna, who's glorified by prayers. We once those who have entered relish at every step the descriptions of the pastimes of the Lord, and they want to see it in Goloka Vrindavan, not in on planet Earth, but in the spiritual sky. Everybody's just constantly wanting, like, what happened with Krishna, what was the pastime, and they're like just very eager. I want to know, I want to see, I want to, like, there is, from what I've heard, there's that desperation, like I want to, and then there's this immense pain, like I didn't see it, I missed it, like I don't have Krishna in front of me, I don't have Radha Krishna in front of me, but I'm not doing enough, sir, like whatever, yeah. As far as Amrita nectar is concerned, any narration or statement concerning Krishna is just like nectar. This nectar can be perceived by practical experience. Can be perceived by practical experience. Okay, we can feel it, but yeah. Yeah, that's why there are so many examples of pastimes of the Lord, because yeah, everybody wants to hear them. So it's all the scriptures, shastras have them. So here he says, Arjun says, hearing your nectar instead of hearing your words that are like nectar. Apparently, this is a literary technique called something in which the subject of comparison is omitted. So it's like a statement of extreme expression. It's like, it's meaningful, the fact that he's saying hearing your nectar instead of hearing your words like nectar. So tell me again of your divine glories and manifestations, O Janardhan. I can never tire of hearing your nectar. And Janardhan, he's saying, is the benevolent person from whom distressed people ask for relief. So yeah, it's definitely distressed people, number one. Descriptions of God's glories are like nectar for those who love him. He has been drinking Sri Krishna's ambrosial nectar-like words with his ears and now cheers him by saying, Bhuya Kathaya, once more. Kathaya means story. Bhuya probably means more or something. My thirst for hearing your glories is not satiated. This is like divine nectar. Those who are devoted to Lord Shri Krishna never tire of hearing descriptions of his pastimes. Yeah, the question is, like, how do we build this unconditional love for Bhagwan Shri Krishna, right? When we don't know him, we don't know anything about it. And I think the answer is just that this is our natural state of being. It just comes. When we start to uncover, when we start to go to the temple, when we start to allow ourselves to feel, we'll just start to naturally feel it. I mean, there was something that pulled me 2 years ago when I started on this journey. There was something that called me, and I went to the Mangal Aarti for 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks, I went at 5:30 in the morning for Mangal Aarti, and I was crying almost every day. I was crying. So I was like, okay, there is something here. Now I'm normal, right? But like when I started going, there was a draw, there was a pull. It felt like this is where I belong. This is where I need to be. So yeah, yeah, we just have to uncover we just have to uncover somehow. We just have to pray and uncover. I think, yeah, I'm thinking out loud right now, but I think it's that, like, if we feel love from, and I have thought of this, but I'm expanding it, right? If we feel love from people, if we feel real, true love from anybody in any moment, any human being will have ups and downs and this and that. But if we start to feel love, if we feel love any moment, that love within us or within others, then that love is coming from God. So if we can just understand that. I mean, when I was an atheist, I used to say, I don't believe in God, but I believe in love. I believe in human love. But what I did not understand at that time is I was saying that I believe in God, because God is love. That's God is everything, but God is also love. Like, I mean, all the love in human beings is coming from God. It has to be coming from somewhere, right? So, and why is it that every single human being on the planet, every single human being is craving love? That's all we want. Like, we want love. We want to be loved. We want to be able to love. We want to be able to love even more than we want to be loved. But yeah, that craving is coming because our soul is love. It wants love, and it wants this love of Bhagwan, of God, of whatever God you believe in. But for me, Bhagwan Shri Krishna and Radharani, like both of them, yeah. So Okay. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Wish you a day filled with spiritual growth. Lots and lots of spiritual growth. Radhe Radhe.